Hi guys, I'm Sharon Davis of Angelics-Speak.com. Welcome to my channel in which I channel archangels. Archangel Michael has been interested in coming through and will so again today, I believe. If you find you like these channelings, feel free to click like, and if you want to subscribe, you are most welcome to, because I will continue to do these on a regular basis. So let's begin. Greetings, everyone. This is Michael. Welcome. Today I'd like to speak about a topic that is often misunderstood. It is a very important understanding for all of you who are on the spiritual path. And this is the understanding of what is silence. Of course, many of you understand silence to be an absence of speech or an absence of external noise, for instance, in a very quiet and still forest, or when you have noise silencing headphones on and the music has not yet started. But this is, of course, on the spiritual path, not the silence we're speaking about. You can be absolutely silent while you're giving a talk, while you're writing a paper, while you're playing basketball. For silence, the true silence, has nothing to do with your external reality. This is the state of mind that is the goal of all who are seeking their own truest and highest reality. For you see, in order to experience that reality, you have to go beyond the activity of the mind. Now, this doesn't mean that you kill the mind or you drug the mind into submission. No. You gradually learn to move beyond the mind. From that state, you can watch it play. Thoughts will arise and subside, but you know that they are not you, and you don't identify with them. This silence is profound. It is absolute stillness. And it is the place where all creation manifests forth from. This is the most important goal for each of you in order to know your true and highest self. For until you can move beyond the thoughts and activity of your mind, you will always be deluded by the experiences that your senses are receiving. But all of the levels of your mind are creating those experiences. So if you want to go beyond the current reality that you exist in, you have to go beyond your own mundane mind. And as you continue to progress into higher and higher levels of awareness, you will need to go even farther beyond higher and higher levels of your mind. You see, you are not one being who exists only in this dimension. Now, many of you understand this, and you know that there are higher components of you. But do you know that each of those components also is manifesting the reality you currently experience? They are all contributing. And at the same time, they are cheering you on so that you can reunify with those higher portions. So the first level that is important for you all to master is to go beyond the movements of your mind in this mundane experience. Now, I'm sure at this point you don't believe me, unless you have had a direct experience of this. But there are so many times when you do it spontaneously. They most often occur in states of experiencing something you've longed for. It could be as simple as your favorite food that you haven't been able to eat in a while. You anticipate and you anticipate and you anticipate, and finally that moment comes where, for example, you smell that food. You start salivating. You can't wait to put the first bite in your mouth. You become absolutely focused on tasting that delicious food. And finally, you put that first bite in your mouth. For a brief moment, maybe a second or two, your mind will stop because it has been totally focused on achieving this goal. And for the briefest moment when it achieves it, your mind will always stop. And in that moment, you experience a moment of bliss, of joy, of ecstasy, because something you wanted so badly has finally manifested. And you savor the experience. You become absolutely still, tasting that beautiful taste. None of the rest of the bites will taste as good as that first one. And they will progressively get less delicious because your desire is being satisfied. But when you have manifested a great desire and you finally attain it, in that first moment, bliss arises, and you experience that bliss because of the stillness of your mind. So when the mind becomes quiet, either because your thoughts become still or because your awareness moves beyond your mind, then you can taste that bliss. It doesn't require your favorite food or seeing a loved one that you haven't seen in a long time, or making that perfect shot when you've been trying for years. You just have to move beyond the mind. So remember, you are experiencing brief moments of this very state, often every day. You say something your boss really likes, and just for that moment, you go, ah. And in that ah, the mind stops. So, spend some time tonight thinking about the moments when you've actually felt this, where just for a moment, this incredible joy rushed up. What was the state of your mind? My guess is you didn't even notice that your mind was working. All there was this incredible joy, bliss. That is a moment of experiencing what it's like to go beyond the mind. And in that state, the mind is silent. There's no words. There's no thoughts. Now, sometimes when you go beyond the mind, it will be dark and absolutely silent, but pulsating with energy. At other times, there will be tremendous light, but silence. And sometimes you will become aware of incredible movement, of light, energy, even other folks in subtle form. But again, there will be no mind. You become the witness. And this state of being a witness to the experiences without thought, without any judgment, this witnessing state is one of the ways you learn to go beyond the mind. There are a few techniques you can do to learn to move beyond your mind. And I'll tell you right now, it probably won't happen the first time you try them. But with practice, you can learn to do this. Every single one of you can learn to move beyond the mind because this is your natural state. It's your mind that veils who you truly are. Your mind chooses to identify with experiences, with objects, with what it perceives as physical forms, with all of the pairs of duality, hot, cold, pain, pleasure, loud, quiet, soft, harsh. Your mind identifies with each of those experiences, and that's what gives you the sense of limitation, that you are this person, that you do these things, that you like this and you don't like that. It's all about your mind. And it's the portion of your mind that does this, which we call the ego. So meditation is one of the best ways to learn to go beyond your mind. In meditation, you learn to turn your attention away from the outer experiences that your mind is manifesting and identifying with. And instead, you learn to turn your attention inward. And as you do this, day after day, some of that identification with the outer world begins to weaken. And every now and then, you will begin to really question, is that true? You'll see fractures in your reality once in a while that if you watch closely, you can dive into and experience more fully. And most importantly, you will learn to go so deeply over time that you can move beyond the mind. Or you can learn to witness it while you reside in a space that is beyond it. So meditation is a very powerful tool in helping your spiritual transformation, your inner growth. You can also use your breath. This is a very wonderful and portable technique that you can use whenever you're awake and whatever you are doing. You don't have to sit for meditation to follow the movements of your breath. You can be sitting in a meeting with one part of your awareness listening and the other part following your breath as it goes in and as it moves out. So no matter how agitated the meeting may be, you can remain centered. And again, over time with that practice, you learn to become more and more centered in your own being, so that when you meditate, it's easier to drop deeper because you've already learned to quiet your thoughts and your emotions. And you can use your breath in meditation. If you don't already meditate and have a technique or a mantra or a particular way that you meditate, use your breath. Let's try it now. Close your eyes. There's nothing outside that you need to look at in this moment. So close your eyes. Allow your body to become relaxed and very comfortable. Feel each muscle in your body letting go and relaxing. If you're sitting in a chair, put your feet flat on the floor. And let your body be comfortably erect in a seating position. If you're lying down, try to keep your body in a straight line. And let all of the tension in your body let go. Now become aware of your breath. Become the witness of your breath as it moves in and as it moves out. Feel it slowing down. You breathe in and your breath rests, and then you exhale and your breath again rests. This is a constant pattern throughout all of the time you live in your physical form. But now you can witness this process. Witness your breath as it moves in and as it moves out. Don't try to change its pattern. Your breath knows how it should be at this moment. Simply witness it and allow its rhythm to quiet you in your mind and in your emotions. Feel your awareness moving deeper within. It is as though you are sinking very softly into a quieter and quieter place. It is so still, so serene. But it isn't empty. If your mind becomes restless again, witness your breath. Don't struggle with your mind. If you do, you actually increase its agitation. So just move your awareness back to your breath and let your mind play whatever it wants to play. Follow your breath as it moves in and as it moves out. And let yourself sink even deeper into your awareness of pure silence. Become aware of your breath as it moves in and as it moves out. You can gently move your fingers and your toes and breathe a little deeper. And open your eyes when you're ready. This is meditation. It's simply moving within and letting go of your attachment and your identification with your mind. When you come back, it'll still be there. No one is destroying it. But in order to know who you truly are, you have to learn to go beyond it. So each day, give yourself some time to do this. Find a quiet place and a private time where you're not disturbed. Take your phone off the hook. People can wait 5 minutes or 10. Do this as a gift to yourself, a gift of love. If you want to know who you are, go within. Think of it as the most wonderful time of your day, where you get to go meet yourself. Explore. Those of you who are on a spiritual path, who want to know who you truly are, you're explorers. You're researchers. You want to know everything, and we applaud you for this. So take your inner awareness and use it like a microscope. Just look within. In that space, you will find the silence that all the great masters speak about. That's where it lives. And in that silence exists everything. All of creation exists in that still point. This is the place from which all of your experiences arise and to which all of them subside. That's home. So go there and play. All of us send every single one of you great love and many, many blessings. I am Archangel Michael.